Well, Captain's reporting for duty. Well, Entertainment Weekly has broken some of the first image, I guess really the first official images of Captain Marvel. Don't know when we're going to get a trailer. How much you want to bet it happens while I'm like doing other stuff and I can't turn around a video right away. But so we've got our first official look at stuff. It's so weird to me that Entertainment Weekly still breaks a lot of this stuff sometimes. That's still strange to me. But in any case, we got a good look at the full costume, because the images had come out before, but it was very obvious that there were a lot of After Effects that hadn't been done on it yet, because there was a lot of green on it, and there's no green on that outfit, so it was like, that's green screen, they're doing something else. And this outfit, it's funny, it doesn't look in the still image as if there's any sort of effect there that would require a green screen, but I would imagine that anything that is like that is probably not going to show up too much in a still image. Like if there is a glow effect, if like there's any kind of a ripple, if the reds shift or anything along those lines, who knows, that's not really going to show up in a still image. So but it looks good. It's pretty dang comic accurate, which I always appreciate. I still kind of wish they'd done the even shorter, cropped, really kind of tight, kind of stylish, but feeling a little bit more military cut that Carol Danvers sometimes has in the comics. But for the hair that they've got or having, still looks pretty good. I dig it. We got to look at a few other things too. So we got a shot of a number of characters, and from behind we get what does indeed look like Ronan the Accuser, and I had to double check because this did get announced, but I had forgotten that Ronan the Accuser and Korath the Pursuer are both going to be appearing in this, since it does take place before the events of Guardians of the Galaxy, i.e. before they both got killed. So that'll be interesting. I'll be curious to see if that is just a cameo or if there's more to it than that. I can't imagine it's going to be all that much, because the main focus of this is said to be on the Skrulls, which we also get a first look at. Now, the Skrulls are something that, again, I have a feeling probably doesn't benefit too much from a still image. So the look that we get, again, pretty dang comic accurate. They got the green, they got, the sort of weird wrinkles and shapes in the skin. It's looking pretty good, but it looks like heavy prosthetics, and it looks like high-end Star Trek is what it does. But again, with the nature of the Skrulls and their whole shape-shifting thing, I think odds are we're gonna see them like that the minority of the time, and even when we do, that's probably gonna be frequently shifting into other things. So I suspect that the full impact and look of the Skrulls is really going to be impossible to judge until we see it in motion, probably in a trailer. In fact, I would bet a second trailer, because I will bet you the teaser is mostly going to focus on her and not who she's fighting. So I don't think we're going to get a good look at like what the Skrulls are really going to look and feel like for a while yet. But we are getting our first glimpse of them, and they look like they stepped out of the comics, which I'm totally down for that. I do like in general that Marvel is really embracing the looks from the comics. There's a little adaptation going on here and there, but by and large, they're very clearly using what's in the comics as a template, not as, oh God, do we really have to do it like that? They really seem to be celebrating it, which is something I appreciate in pretty much all these movies. So I don't have a ton more to talk about, because there's only so much I'm willing to extrapolate based off a couple of still images. But what I see so far, I dig it. It looks neat, and I'll be very curious to see a trailer when we get around to them, because the big thing I want to get a sense of is the feel and the vibe of the thing, and that's more or less my big question mark at this point is, what is the subgenre within superheroes that it's going to fall under? I mean, obviously, eventually, it's going to be kind of the space adventure sort of thing. But if we're dealing with the Skrulls, one would think that would be mostly Earthbound, dealing with infiltrators that we have. So, that we have among us. So I'm wondering if we'll get like a cross between sort of espionage and alien adventure. I don't know. But this is a project I'm really curious about, and I really hope they get right. If for no other reason than we really need some more franchises for female superheroes besides Wonder Woman. And I don't mean that like, some sort of demand for equality. I mean, like, if for no other reason than just to take the pressure off the next Wonder Woman, because one of the weirdest things that went on in the wake of the first Wonder Woman movie was the very awkward post-release discussion, with people saying, well, no, you can't say anything bad about it because it's all we've got and we have to praise it. And then, other people, saying, well, it wasn't feminist enough, or it wasn't this, or wasn't that. And, I did a whole other video on this, but it's just what happens when there's 50 movies worth of expectations being heaped on that, because there had been 50 male-led superhero films since Elektra and Catwoman had happened before we got Wonder Woman. So that carried the weight of about 50 films. And just so that we're not putting undue burden onto the one female superhero franchise that's currently going, I hope this does well so that we can, stop over scrutinizing each instance and just take them and enjoy them. That's the reason I want more female superheroes, so that not every one of them has to be a standard bearer. When you're the only one, you are by default the standard bearer. As there become more, other films will be allowed to do other things. And I want that freedom. So, those are my thoughts on Captain Marvel. First looks that we've had. Looks good. I'm hopeful. Keeping my eye out when a trailer drops. I will get on it as quickly as I possibly can. What do you think about what you've seen so far? Whatever your thoughts are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do. There's buttons and there's links. One of them goes to my Patreon. And there's all sorts of things down there. So why don't you take a look at those? Click them if you feel like it. And remember, folks, you're the council. I just run the meetings. And until next time, this council is adjourned.